What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to talk about Social Security and we're going to talk about Medicare. Now, the trustees that are overseeing the trust funds, they gave us some information on Friday letting us know about the trust funds. And so the trust fund for Medicare as well as the trust funds for Social Security. And they told us exactly how long they anticipate the trust funds still having money in them. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. And also remember to follow me on Twitter at the TEC Show Live. So I post videos over there. I also tweet and retweet and all that good stuff. And one more thing I want to announce later today at 5 p.m. Pacific Coast time, I will be doing a live stream. So come join me on the live stream. We're going to be talking mainly about travel, but you might learn some things when it comes to travel and how you can travel on a budget. So affordable travel. And this is for everyone. I don't care what your income level is. You should be able to get out there and travel if you use some of the methods that we'll be talking about later in the live stream. Okay, so let me go right over to this article here, and this is by NPR, and it reads here: Social Security is now expected to run short of cash by 2033. So the anticipation was it was going to run short, 2034, 2035. And so now we're looking at a situation where they anticipate that it's going to run short even sooner than anticipated. So that means all these politicians that are talking right now and saying, we need to do this, we need to do that, but they're just kicking the can down the road like they've been doing for years and years, they're actually going to have to start doing something because it's only getting worse. And the main reason that it's getting worse is we have less people in the workforce. And if you have less people in the workforce, that means when it comes to the benefits being paid to the people who are currently receiving benefits, there are less benefits because you don't have as many people working and paying into that payroll tax. And so now what they have to do is they have to draw more money from the trust funds. So basically the way it works is whatever revenue they're getting from the payroll tax, they're using that to pay off benefits. But then also, if there's a shortfall, they have to go to the trust fund. And they've been going to the trust fund for years now, I think ever since 2010. And so the reason why the trust fund is being depleted much sooner now is because there's less money going into that payroll tax. So let's go ahead and take a look at this article because I want to show you some key points here. And it says here, the Social Security program is expected to run short of cash to pay promised benefits in about 10 years. So we knew this. We kind of anticipated this, but now they're saying 2033. This is the first time that I heard 2023. Now, also, when it comes to Medicare is expected to run out, their trust fund is expected to run out in 2031. Now, the good news about this is it was like 2028. So it's actually going the opposite direction, which is good. So there's more money in the trust fund when it comes to Medicare. And I would imagine that Medicare is doing better because they've been talking a little bit about Medicare, and they even passed a bill that would have the negotiating prescription medication, so it will be a little bit less. And I think that starts in 2026. And so I think because of that, they're now looking at the numbers and they're thinking that Medicare will be able to go to 2031, which is really good news. When I say go, I mean the trust fund will still be there. Now, when it comes to Medicare is much like Social Security in that there's a payroll tax that goes towards Medicare as well. So there's not only money going, and you know when you're working and you look at your pay stub and you see the FICA money going out. So you have FICA money going to Social Security as well as some money going to Medicare. And so something else to note when it comes to Medicare, if they let the trust fund deplete in 2031, then the shortfall will be about 11%. Okay, and that's going to go towards the healthcare providers because a lot of the money is going to the healthcare providers so they can provide these benefits, Medicare benefits to the recipients. And so they'll see an 11% hit if they don't do anything about Medicare as well when it comes to the trust fund. Now, one other thing that I want to mention here, it says as of last year, there were 2.7 workers paying into the system for each person drawing Social Security benefits. Now, we talked about this. I talked about it just a minute ago when I was saying you don't have as many workers that are working and paying into the payroll tax, and it continues to go down. So 2.7, I think the anticipation is going to go down to like 2.3 or 2.4 in either 5 or 10 years, something like that. And so we're going to have even less people in the workforce. Now, there's different reasons why this is happening, but we really need to start focusing on hiring more people, having more people working so they can pay into the payroll tax. One of the things that I've talked about on the channel a lot is automation. Automation, they might say, well, yeah, this will allow us to have robots do certain things and then have our employees do other things. But when it comes down to it, robots don't pay into a payroll tax. Okay, and the companies don't have to match any payroll tax, because that's the way it works when it comes to the payroll tax. You're going to have people paying, let's say if you're working, you're paying 6.2%, your employer's also paying 6.2%, and that gives you the 12.4% that goes to Social Security. But if you have automation and you hire less people and you have robots doing these jobs, robots aren't paying 6.2%, and the employer doesn't have to match that 6.2%. And so you can see there's less money that's coming in. And that's not the only reason. The other reason is people are living longer, and so that's having an effect as well. But all in all, when it comes to Social Security and Social Security reform, now is the time to act. Now they need to actually do something, because we're seeing numbers, and these numbers don't look good when it comes to the trust fund. We know that it's 2033 now. If we drop into a recession, if things get worse and we see more companies laying people off, then guess what? That trust fund's going to be depleted even faster. If you have politicians talking about privatizing Social Security and taking money out of Social Security so you can put it in your own private fund if you're working, that's going to also deplete the trust fund much sooner. So when you're looking at all these different things that are in play right now, you have politicians that want to do certain things, raise the full retirement age. We've heard a variety of different things. Raise the cap, so $250,000. If you make $250,000 or more, you're going to start paying into the payroll tax again. I've done a lot of videos, and I've talked a lot about this in those previous videos. So check those videos out if you want to know a little bit more about how the Social Security, how Social Security is funded. But right now, things are not looking good, and they're starting to get worse when it comes to Social Security. So hopefully we can get some politicians that come together and actually do something this year, because the longer you wait, the worse off everyone is going to be. Okay, now and we're not just focused on people who are receiving Social Security benefits. We're also focused on those people who are working right now, because they're going to want to have Social Security when they retire as well. And so you have to do something to fix the program so you won't see that 23 or 25% cut in 10 years. And so I want to know what you guys think about this, so let me know down below. And also remember, tonight, I'm doing a live stream, so go over there and visit me. Hopefully there should be a link. I'll post a link in the comments so you guys can just click on the link and then click remind me. That way when I go live, then you guys will be reminded. You can go in and just chat with me. We're going to be talking about a variety of things, but mainly we're going to be talking about travel stuff. So that's all I have for you guys. I'll chat with you guys later on the live stream, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.